Good morning. It's Friday. It's June 5th. Let's bring some co-hosts on. Christina. Wait, I have an important question for you.
I moved.
All right, but wait. Why do you have that background?
It was just pre-generated in StreamYard.
Oh, okay. Because yesterday Tom Bangus had that same background.
Yeah, it's pre-automated in there, or it could be like a brick background, or this one, or one of them.
Right. So, and I was picking. I was like, "Will you play the piano?" And then I'm like, "Where?" I thought maybe like you both managed to get the same stock image.
Sure.
Right, let me get Laura on.
Good morning.
Morning.
I don't think Christina gets the concept of having the camera close enough so you don't see the ring.
I don't have a camera. Camera that would help. I'd have to hold the laptop here, and this is not even on the table anymore. This is.
So we'll just hold that for half an hour. It'll be good.
Oh, I have good news. I actually have a bunch of webcams in stock now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got like 4 of them. They went. I found a few. They're not Logitech. They're a Chinese knockoff, but they're 1080p cameras. And I saw them go on sale at B&H, and I picked up a bunch just in case.
Really?
Yes, it's Logitech now. Is saying July or August for cameras. They are.
Yeah, is everything coming back into stock? Because for a while in like April, everything was just like gone. Like you couldn't find anything.
There's still no camera. So Logitech cameras have been gone, and they're still gone. They were. What's up, Cosmo? They were saying June originally, but they haven't ramped up manufacturing until now August. Somewhere they're saying July or August. The same thing with that Elgato Cam Link, which would allow us to hook up like our real cameras to the computer. Those are still out of stock, and they were supposed to be back like first week of June. So I've been watching like every day because as soon as they go available, I'm going to purchase a couple of them to have. And then the new camera I'm buying, the ZV-1, the Sony, actually will hook up to a computer as a webcam by the end of the summer without need of any special hardware. So that's pretty cool. They're figuring out that people want the ability to do this as we're all stuck at home. So let me share this. I can get a chance. I feel as if the past like 2 days, Facebook has been really slow with getting things on live.
Probably.
And
there's a lot going on social media right now.
And we had the hard time yesterday posting that picture, right? To post a simple picture was like forever. But yeah, it's like what's going on? So Gotham was dark last night again, but we went live. Myself, Tom Bangus, Jacqueline from JMT Media, and Jennifer Finch was on, as well as Dave. We just went live on my page for like an hour and a half until Audriana woke up and was crying for me.
I'm disappearing again.
Now you're disappearing.
I don't know why. I just lowered the ring light because it's like blinding me. Listen, I give up.
You give up? Well, I do have an announcement. So we have a guest today, Neshama from JCC, and we're going to bring her in just like a minute or two. Interview, see what the JCC has been up to. But after thinking about it, Christina, and you're going to like this, after the fact that Massimo Dodana has requested we move the show to 9 a.m. and then being a no-show, like
calling him out. Oh my
gosh. Starting next week, we're going to begin on once a week for breakfast with Bloomy.
I thought you said you were moving back to 10. Either way, it would be good.
No, we could even discuss the 10 o'clock if you want, but we are going starting next week. We are gonna begin doing once a week. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we should do it. Since we spoke about the midweek show would be midday, so I don't know if I want to be midweek. So I would either say Monday or Friday. We have end the week with the geeks already on Friday, so I don't know if it's better to do it Monday and maybe we do our show and that's the way it works. Maybe it's
Monday. I think Mondays would be good. This way we could spend the weekend to kind of figure out what's new in the tech space and business world and use that on Mondays to really kind of bring people up to speed for their work week.
Yeah. So, but we're going to be doing that. So it's time. We've done I'll get the exact count, but we've
done 387 episodes.
It's been a long run.
My entire life. I don't know how many we're at.
We're seeing, things are beginning to open up. Things are people are no longer sitting by computers as much as they were. So we did our job, which was to give people an outlet. And so we're going to go one day a week for Breakfast with Bloomy. The midday show will come back at some form, like we spoke about. That'll be probably a midweek with Moss. That's a couple of weeks away. That's not going to start next week. That's still some planning. Moss really wants that show to be on location. So we really want to give people the chance to reopen. And then Gotham is scheduled to begin after dark next week again. But my guess is that's also going to see probably maybe go from 4 days a week to 2 days a week. And we're with this talk about one day being kind of hosted by Todd and Mike, and one day being hosted by me and Moss. So there's changes, but everything, all good things have to come to an end. We're not ending; we're reinventing ourselves. So you know what? There we go. I see it now. Let me just share this really quick. People out here. Okay. And let's do this. Let's bring our guest. So we have Neshama Marcus from the JCC of Staten Island. So let's welcome her. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. I love the one thing we always love about this, Neshama, is I feel like a real newscaster, right? We saw you in the green room, we talked to you, and then I bring you in and we have to act like I have never met you before. Oh, hey, how are you? Good to see you. And it just makes you see.
Nice to see you again.
So tell us a little about yourself and the JCC.
Sure. So I'm Chief Program Director at the JCC. I've been there for about 13, 14 years. And right now we're in the midst of all of our recovery efforts. So we have our Connect Recovery program, and that's for people who are impacted by COVID, whether it's through diagnosis, being diagnosed with COVID and needing, support to safely isolate, or, they were impacted by COVID due to loss of job, loss of insurance, etc.
So your recovery efforts now, do you help anyone recovery? Is it limited to people of the Jewish religion, or is it you're very open and helping everyone?
Yeah, people ask me that all the time. And the JCC is not only open to Jewish people, it's a community center. And anyone who comes in, we're, so thrilled to help.
The JCC is beautiful. I remember when how long has it been open now? Because I can remember it being built. So if I was to guess, is it 20 years or less than that?
No, less, about 14, 15. Because I came on board literally right after it opened.
I remember them doing the building there. You would drive by and you were watching the building come up, and it's beautiful inside. And you guys are always taking care of it. It's absolutely beautiful.
It's not as nice as Christina's background, but it's nice.
Well, we can't all live in Christina.
It's similar, minus the piano.
I built this myself. What can I say? I come from the ground up.
But it really is the funniest thing, because one of our other hosts we have who has he does his own show. He comes on as a guest, Tom Bangus. He has the most amazing voice. And I would think everyone would agree, Christina, most amazing voice.
It's him and Todd. I mean, I can't pick one or the two. They both have exceptional radio voices. With that said, I have to step away for 1 second. I will be right back.
So they have very good voices, but he always has a green screen, but he always has different backgrounds. But yesterday when we went live, he had that exact same background, and I was like, oh wow! I'm like, that's beautiful. Go play piano. And then Christina shows up, who's never used a green screen before. I gave that green screen to her 3 weeks ago, and has the same background. I'm like, how do we both get in the same background? But apparently, it's the pre-stock one that comes with StreamYard.
Same builder.
Yeah, they're the same builder. They both live on the same block. It's a a cookie cutter house. I like that.
Like one of those McMansion houses that all kind of look the same.
If I had my green screen up, I'm not putting up, I would put Massimo's house. Massimo has the most beautiful coffin ceiling that we get to watch on the Gotham After Dark show. Everyone that comes on is always commenting, "Oh, beautiful ceiling." I'm like, it's so funny. We all notice the weirdest things now, but right when you're live, what do? You look around people's houses. You're like, what do they got there? I keep redecorating, moving new toys around. I'm a little. I'm definitely a geek. So we were talking in the back. So the JCC really doesn't know what phase you fall into, correct? Like the different programs fall in different phases.
Yeah. So like right now, like the emergency response team is still there, right? So delivering food, grab and go meals, food pantry. So that's all operating, right? And then you have like the gym, which is, from my understanding, phase 4. So I think it's going to be incremental and opening slowly.
And then like pool would be considered gym. I'm assuming you think around the same time.
So I'm sorry, one more time.
The pool would also be considered like part of the gym.
Those are all phase 4.
Now you also do day camp, correct?
Yeah, we operate a day camp. So right now we're trying to figure out whether or not it makes sense to open the camp and what that would look like. But we've been planning for quite some time. All options.
Now they gave and that's the correct website, right? SIJCC.org.
Yep.
And is there now with the day camp, right? I know the governor gave the approval for day camps to open this year, but I guess now it's up to see if it financially makes sense, who would use it and all that.
That's right. So basically, most organizations survey their constituents now to see whether or not there's an interest, a need. Because if there's no need, there's no need to open. But if there's a high need, we want to be there.
Yeah, it's really like tough. So I was having this conversation with my wife yesterday. So I have a 3-year-old daughter who was supposed to start 3K. So we were accepted to the program we wanted her to go to and everything. And then obviously things got put on hold. And then yesterday we get an email that, okay, we're ready for you to begin your tuition payments. Like, and please log on and begin tuition. My wife's like, they don't even know if schools are open yet. Like there's no plan. I have to start paying you. And then like we start having the conversation, like even if school's open for September, do we feel comfortable sending her to a 3K program, right? As much as we'd love her to get out and begin interacting and being with other children, are we really ready for that? Maybe like we should wait because of everything going on. So it's weird. It's
I think it's hard because in a way you're expecting what was to be, right? Yeah. So the way you're envisioning 3K is with a classroom of 1 to 15 or 1 to 18 or whatever the ratio is, right? And continuing in the same classroom, things are going to look very different. So the ratio might be 1 to 5 in one classroom as opposed to having 18 to 20 kids. Right. So I think that it's easier if you look at the CDC standards and Department of Health standards and see, what their expectations are for opening should agencies choose to open.
Right. And are they expecting a 3-year-old to wear a mask the whole day? And like, how will that go? And so it's like, and we know how.
I know that a lot of the surveys ask that. Like they'll say, in the event that we require masks, because we don't know what it's going to look like in September. But in the event that we need everyone to wear masks, is your kid age appropriate to wear a mask? Do they feel comfortable wearing a mask? Do they understand the necessity for wearing a mask? So I think that, you're asking all the right questions.
Now, do you have a 3K program as well as the JCC?
We do. We have infant daycare, 3K, pre-K, all of it.
There's a ton of stuff. I'm actually on the JCC committee for the golf, tennis, and boxing.
Cool. I didn't know that.
I'm on that committee, and I think we have a meeting next week or something. I remember seeing a email come through, and that's been one of the, it's like, and that's with I sit on a number of boards for not-for-profits and a number of committees, and this is becoming the whole thing. Like, are we having events? Are we not having events? Like, this whole year is crazy. And then it's just the hits keep on coming. Like, we keep joking around like we're right now at level 6 of Jumanji, and where are we going to go? And then you turn on the news, and now there's 3 asteroids passing the Earth, and one of them they're like is technically on a path for the Earth, but it's going to miss us. And you're like, what do you mean technically on a path for the Earth? Like, now we're getting asteroids? What else could we get? You got
it's definitely a scary time.
Oh yeah, and I keep joking. I wish I saved the meme. There was the whole meme. It was thank God 2020 is over, and it's like in the distance and then someone's like, "Is that Godzilla?" And the Godzilla silhouette in the sun in the distance. You're like, it's like what? And then there was the meme I saw today that was hysterical. It was like a bunch of aliens. That's like it says we're up next, level 7, July, and the alien's like, "Oh man, I'm nervous." It's like, don't worry, it's all right. Can we just jump like to 20? Like, let's end the Christmas. I love Christmas. Let's just go to Christmas and let's start fresh. Maybe the calendar. It's time to redo the calendar. Right now, it's just in December now. Like, let's just give it a restart.
It's definitely been a wonky year. I know the memes are very much on point.
Will this go down in history as like one of the worst years in like mankind?
Like probably, because it's just like everything has piled onto each other. You know, it wasn't just like one really horrific thing. It was just like, here's 10 things that are bad that have happened in the span of 6 months. You know, we're at the beginning of June, and it feels like it's been an entire year already.
Well, will this be like just think like in 10 years from now, will there be a whole chapter in a textbook 2020 and like where do we begin? And they January, February, March, and then they like people like murder hornets. What are murder hornets? Well, we don't know, but we were told there's going to be really big bugs who are going to stab you and just stay away. Don't go to Seattle. They're eating all the trees. It's just insane. And
there's definitely a lot of uncertainty happening now.
Yeah. Now, the best part of 2020, which is crazy to say, but we got to ask you because we ask all our guests, have you watched Tiger King?
No, it's on my queue. You're like the 20th person that suggested I watch this. I'm sorry. I'm not up to date.
It's so good. And only in 2020 would Tiger King be like considered normal. Like any other time, that show would have not.
Comparatively, yeah, that's like the tamest thing we're dealing with.
Right. In a normal time, Tiger King would have never ballooned to what it was. It got lucky it was released at the beginning of quarantine because it really would have never ballooned. It was a product of what it's dealing with. And you watch the show, and it's the tamest thing. And if on normal time you watch this and be like, what the hell am I watching? But yes, you need to watch it. It's amazing. So if it's on your queue, what are you currently watching?
It's a great question. I very rarely will watch shows because I don't really have a lot of time for television at the moment. I could tell you what I watch to fall asleep. I watch The Office and that 70s show reruns.
Okay.
And I just loop them.
Yeah. I do that with The Office too. It's a great show to loop.
So we haven't we haven't had that conversation. That's a good conversation. Okay, so Office and 70s show. I love The Office. I never was a huge fan of that 70s show.
Me either, but it is funny when you watch it. It does
when I watch it,
hold up.
All right, Christina.
You should reconsider.
Yeah, give it another try, and give it
another try. Let the characters grow on you. Like go through season 1, and if you don't like it at the end of season 1,
go out. Bail.
Let it go.
Yeah. All right, Christina, if you had to pick a show you fall asleep to.
Yeah. We all know it's Rock of Love. So.
But that's right now, right? Is that like
it's The Office a lot. Honestly, I just put on like YouTube and it just goes on autoplay and I don't really care at that time of night. Like I just honestly I'm not someone that has to have something in the background to fall asleep. I actually prefer like silence and pitch black and stuff. So like I'll have it as I'm like dozing off, and then when I'm ready to actually like call it a night, I slam the computer shut and I'm done. I put my face mask on, like I'm ready to go.
Laura?
I'm kind of similar. I don't really like to watch like a TV show as I'm falling asleep, just because like the sounds will keep me up because I'm like, there's like people talking, so you listen to people talking. But I'll do something similar where I'll put on some like YouTube videos, and then like as soon as I'm falling asleep, I'm like, okay, like shut it off, and then I
do the same thing. Yep. I don't like any sound. I don't like any light,
So I need sound. I can't fall asleep.
Really?
It's usually King of Queens or now Impractical Jokers will be my go-to to fall asleep to. And if it's not TV, because what'll happen is if I get in bed with Nicole, like Nicole likes it like pitch black, so then I'll try to sneak on music. But like I go to bed listening to like rock music. So like once Nicole like hears it, she like turns on. She goes, "Are you kidding me? Turn this off." I'm like, no, it's pop punk. It's okay. We can fall asleep to this. She's like, no, we can't. I'm like, so it's bad. Then I got to fall asleep in silence.
Does your daughter like music and stuff?
What's up? I'm sorry, we didn't hear you on that one.
Oh, sorry. I said the rock music is my morning routine.
Yeah, so I listen to, we keep having this conversation. I listen to music pretty much all moments of the day. Like if I'm not like on a live, I always have music on in the background. But that's it. I listen to like pop punk, except when you came on, when you first joined the stream, my Spotify is like playlist gets, my daughter, I play these lullabies for her. They're called Sparrow Sleeps. But what Sparrow Sleeps is rock bands. It's a group that basically takes rock songs and makes lullabies out of them. So what happens is though, because I listen to them at night with my daughter, my Spotify thinks like, oh, this is something you like. So like I'll be listening.
Like Sparrow Sleep. Why don't you listen to Twinkle Twinkle Little Star?
So, but no, like, so it's all usually Sparrow Sleep songs, but it's like my playlist is like rock song, lullaby. Like I'm like why are you in the middle of my song? And then I end up listening to it, and like so. Neshama first joined in, like I definitely had lullabies playing. She's probably like, "Why is he listening to lullabies? Is he about to go to bed?"
It's all right. One day in the office, he was just blasting the Frozen soundtrack. Like none of us were able to react to it. Like it was just coming out of the speakers, and we're like, "It's great."
So Anthony said the JCC is awesome. My son, who is autistic, attends their after-school program, and he appreciates everyone that.
Great.
All right. So the other question we always like to ask our guest is, all right, we rapid fire a couple questions. Will you eat breakfast for dinner? Is that acceptable behavior?
I'm not sure I understand.
Okay. Go ahead, Christina. Explain.
All right. Would you go to a diner and get breakfast food for dinner? Like, this is the argument. Mike is incredibly opposed to eating any breakfast foods past 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Like,
wait, it was 10, 11
that's too much. Yeah, like he doesn't eat any breakfast food. Like no bacon, egg, and cheeses at night. No pancakes and eggs. Nothing. Like, and he's the exception. Everyone else loves it. But
no,
there's like one other person that didn't like it out of anyone.
I have no judgment. I feel it's fine doing it. I feel fine with other people.
I love it.
Well, I judge. If you have breakfast, that's why in the opener it says we don't have breakfast for dinner. All right. Okay.
One.
Do you like peanut butter?
Yes, my husband happens to be allergic, so I don't have it a lot. But yes.
Nice. Mike hates peanut butter as well.
I would get along with your husband because it's terrible.
Yeah.
Did we have another one?
They're very specific questions.
These are literally just things that we've discovered about each other during quarantine that we now hold against each other.
Yeah. So one of our co-hosts, I consider this one weird. He hates cheese.
Yeah.
Like all forms of cheese.
Really?
You joined on late. He hates cheese.
He has like certain cheese like allowances, but what did you say? Yeah.
I said I'm guessing he probably gets sick or has some type of aversion, like a physical reaction that he doesn't know about.
Not really.
Maybe. He just says he doesn't like the texture.
Yeah, he never mentioned he was lactose intolerant or anything. He just doesn't like cheese.
Okay.
And then we have
he doesn't like anything mushy either.
Maybe.
Usually people with textures, they don't like tomatoes or avocados or things that are like.
Yeah, I don't like the texture of tomatoes, but like the inside of the tomato, but like, yeah, I'm usually okay with other mushy stuff like that.
So, and that's like avocado is definitely one of those food that you start to like as you get older. Like I hated avocado, guacamole, like, and now as I've gotten older, I now love it. It's like one of those things that
my mom hates it. My mom cannot eat avocados. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love it now. I love guacamole. Like before years ago, you put guacamole in front of me, I'd be like, "Get this away!" Now, like I go to a Mexican restaurant, I'm like, "Oh, they have guacamole. Like
extra guac at the table.
Guac. Like I don't even put sour cream anymore. Like on my burrito, I used to put like sour cream. Now I just put guac on everything.
I'll put sour cream on everything. I love sour cream.
So the one place that is now open for pickup that Nicole hates and I haven't had in years and I really want to go is Jose Tejas.
Jose Tejas? I was gonna say
Jose Tejas
so good.
is good.
Yeah, but Nicole hates it. Like
How do you hate Jose Tejas? Nicole, where are you at? We gotta talk, girl.
So I'm like, don't get me wrong, Jose Tejas is not my favorite, but like once a year I feel like I want to have a taste of Jose Tejas. So for like seriously a year and a half now, I've been requesting to go, and she's like, I'm not waiting. So like now I'm like,
that's the problem. The wait's usually like a friggin' hour when you get there.
Yeah, so
and even if you go lunchtime, like I've tried to like trick it, like be like, oh, I'll go at like 2:00.
No, it's still busy.
Now, you're like, what are you people? Nobody works. Everyone's at Jose Tejas. All right, and then one of the other co-hosts, Mas, he hates pickles. And so, do you like pickles?
Yes.
I fried pickles are good. I like pickles.
I don't hate pickles. I don't love pickles. I don't care about pickles.
My favorite place for pickles is Harold's. I feel like they have the best pickles. And then, all right,
place, yeah,
they are doing pickup. I tried to get that as well, Nicole.
Harold's.
She makes all my food.
What is what you like about Harold's? That's like you get enough to feed the whole family, you know.
like she's not a huge Harold's fan. She'll eat there, but I feel like she doesn't want it for takeout. Like I don't know.
Some places are meant to be experienced. I get that. You know, like some places are meant to be like at a restaurant. It's not the same just getting the food and leaving.
Yeah. All right. And then favorite pizza place on Staten Island?
Joe and Pat.
All right. I see we're in line. I agree with you. Oh, cousin Willie in Italy also hates pickles.
It must be a Moss in the family thing.
Yeah, what is that? A family thing, Willie?
Genetics.
Like Massimo, like if he sees pickles, he starts to like get sick. Like he doesn't even want to see a jar of pickles. So his coworkers got a pickle suit and wore a pickle suit. There's a video of it we watched, or like probably on episode like 70 of them. Like he was in his office and they chased him around with a guy in a pickle suit.
Oh god.
Yeah. So what other questions have we asked? It's been a while.
Top 5 movies.
That's a hard one, but yeah.
We've been asking.
Yeah, we have. So, and let me give you the caveat. We allow us like a Harry Potter. We count as one movie, right? It's a series, so a trilogy series. You don't have to be like Harry Potter episode 3. You could lump that all together as one movie.
If you love the Harry Potter.
I definitely have my top 2. I have to think about the others.
Okay.
So I love Cider House Rules.
What was that?
Cider House Rules.
Okay. No, I never saw that.
Excellent. And Pleasantville.
Oh, I've seen Pleasantville.
Laura, you kidding me? That movie you saw?
It was because let me make sure that this is the movie that I'm thinking.
Tobey Maguire when they're black and white.
Yes. I watched it during a history class in high school.
That was a very good movie. Like,
I didn't see either of those. Wow.
What, you've seen that or no?
I haven't seen either of those. No.
Oh, Pleasantville was an excellent movie. It's like not one I haven't seen in probably 15 years. A great movie. It's black and white, and as people start to like go against what they should be doing because it takes place in like the 50s, they start to turn into color, and people see them. And then like there was the fire that was in color, like and that was really like at the time that was really like visual effects. That was really hard for them because they basically had to do fire and color with everything else was a black and white plate.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good movie. Well, Laura is we keep picking on her because she's never seen such great movies like Road Trip. She's never seen, which is an amazing movie. What was the movie?
I'm a comedy person, but I don't think of those as like my favorite. You know what I mean? My favorite are like Think
and Road Trip's not my favorite, but like it's a great movie.
It's up there. It's hilarious. Yeah. Bridesmaids probably made me laugh the most.
Oh, that was
a great movie.
That was
Yeah.
great when they were stealing the dogs, right? They weren't the dogs as like a gift for like.
Yeah, she stole the puppies. She stole like 8 dogs in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
that
like,
was
they're all mine, and then leaves the party.
what was the
I
movie?
think I might have taken on more than
Wait, Tendo. Dave, we
Oh,
like.
Mean Girls.
What's that?
Mean Girls.
Mean
Oh,
Girls.
that was a great movie.
That's
That
a
was
good
before
one.
Lindsay Lohan like really had
There's
her.
different fun ones in different genres, you know. So like
Yeah.
the girl power woman, there's Mean Girls, and
Yeah, like because in the girl
romantic
power we have
comedy,
like
How to Lose a Guy in 2 Days.
so many good movies.
What
so
was
many.
the movie? What was the movie yesterday we told Laura to watch? There was a
Mars
great.
Attack.
Euro Trip.
Oh no, Mars Attacks is a stupid movie, but we told you to watch it. 'cause
Euro
you never-
Trip.
Road Trip was the one we just said.
Euro Trip.
Oh, Euro Trip? No, I thought. Yeah, well,
Gotta
that
watch
one too. That's a great movie.
I didn't see that one.
Oh, Euro Trip's really. That's probably better than Road Trip.
I'm not watching any of these freaking
You know, like you don't like American Pie?
No, Mike, I'm a freaking 31-year-old girl. Like, I don't find any enjoyment in any of these movies. These are not up to my taste. Like, I'm gonna get axed in the video. I know. I feel him Xing me out as we speak, but
Mike, how old are you?
What, Christina? Where'd you go?
I know it.
Ooh.
How old am I? I'm 38. 37. So I'm 37.
So that's why you think that, right? That's why you like American Pie, because it came out when we were in high
that
school, and then we followed the series. Right.
Right. Oh, look at this one. We're talking about him, and he shows up. Hold on.
Todd, we never talked about that leopard skin shirt in the picture of your intro.
Yes, we did.
I know we're talking
I
about
haven't been there for that.
Me neither. What's up with that?
Not my shirt. That was the other guy's shirt who we did the promo for 235th, and I was forced to wear it because it was for a 80s themed party at 235th.
I'll allow it.
So watch the skit. It's quite amusing.
What's going on, Todd?
How's everything, everyone? Good to see everyone. Hello.
What made you show
Hi,
up?
nice
You
to
know,
meet you.
We
Yes,
just
have a
got
guest.
off. We had a guest, so I had to stop on and say hi. How are you?
oh, you
Hi.
that's the only reason you come on now is when we have a guest. Thank you.
Yeah. It's not about you, Mike, and it's not about Christine. It's about Laura and the guest.
Why is it about Laura? She's part of the team now.
Oh,
It's about Laura and whoever the guest is.
She's as important as me and Mike.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I come on for Laura and the guest. That's all.
Hey man, doing something spontaneous.
Oh wow.
Anyway, I'm going to a Billie Eilish concert tonight. You want to come?
No thanks. I'm watching the Red Sox game tonight. They got this first baseman, Bill Buckner, first baseman for the World Series, and gonna win it this year. Write that down.
Stanley and a ground ball trickling. It is a fair.
In public.
Please, what kind of company?
Suck less.
Do yourself a favor. Forget about the music. In 10 years, no one's gonna remember Billy Idol or Madonna.
I've
Off my word.
You missed the best part of that.
what? What's the best part of it?
Is
the
there
other
a best
music.
I have to keep playing this.
No, you can get rid of it.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna Google that later, man. I need to watch.
Don't worry, I'll put the link in the comments for everyone to view.
Great.
Oh, sure.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
So
Hi, puppy.
it's a ghost. Yeah, Todd Neshama is from JCC of Staten Island.
Hello.
But be honest, you've been listening the whole
Hello.
time, right?
No, I was on a call for Lions Pride, which I heard they're on a call with you next, Christina.
Yeah, it's 15.
Oh. All right. So we had a question for you, Todd. Neshama would like to know why you hate cheese.
Oh, really?
oh, this is okay.
She's behind. She's on potato Wi-Fi. Whatchamacallit? I suffer from the same Wi-Fi issue.
It's coming from Todd, who's usually
who's usually in bad shape. I don't like cheese. Well, I loved grilled cheese growing up. I still like chicken parm sandwiches. I still like pizza. But I can't drink milk. I can't have a slice of cheese. I can't do cheese fries. It's just not working out.
Are you lactose intolerant?
No, ma'am.
That's what I thought. You just don't like cheese.
It makes me gag. It makes me want to vomit. Like if you put a dish of cheese fries in front of my face, I will proceed to vomit on said cheese fries.
So now let me ask you a question, because she
I can't wait to give you cheese fries.
What'd she say?
I can't hear this.
I said if you put a slice of bread on top to cover it, you'd be fine. It's seeing it melted.
Right, because like I like a chicken parm hero, right? So that's covered in cheese, depending upon where you get it from.
Yeah.
And because it's in my mind, and you're gonna laugh, but it's disguised. It's not like in my face, and it's not the first thing that I eat. It's not like the first thing I eat. So when you chomp down on a sandwich, it's all bread, and it's like, oh, what's this? Chicken, and then there's cheese there too.
We eat a cheeseburger.
Oh.
All right, so they're out the window. There's out the window.
So
right?
she had mentioned earlier that if you don't like cheese, it might be a texture thing. So you probably don't like avocado and like tomato.
I love avocado.
So you do.
No. I take it back.
You're weird.
I take it back. It's not a texture issue. It's a visual issue. Because he said once he covers it up.
But he said he doesn't like cheeseburgers, and it's covered up.
Yeah, but I think that he would if the cheese was brown.
I think he'd still gag if he put it in his mouth.
Yeah,
don't worry, we're gonna find out once I can get close to him. There's gonna be lots of cheese.
Avocado, I love. Avocado is amazing. And to be fair, I've only had avocado, I'd say the past like 7 years or so. I wasn't always an avocado lover, but now I'm obsessed.
Something that I was bringing up, like I remember recently to my friends, like avocado is not traditionally like when you're growing up in like an Italian Staten Island household. That's not found in your house. That's something you discover at the sushi place when you're like 14 on your first date, and then it's like changes your world. But you don't grow up around like avocado in like Staten Island.
That sounds like a personal story, Christina. Sushi place at 14.
So
actually,
Todd,
my first sushi experience wasn't even a date. So no.
Todd, if I was to get 10 people each to donate $100 to the JCC, so for $1,000 total,
I know where this is going.
Would you allow us to squirt Cheese Whiz in your mouth and completely fill your mouth?
Oh God!
You gotta swallow it.
I like cheese, and I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, me either.
I think I could get the 10 people to put up. I put up 100 easy. Moss will put up 100.
I'll put up 100 if he does it and swallows it.
And we'll do it on cam, and you'll have to. It'll be the Cheese Whiz challenge.
What do you think
about that?
You look sick. Are you okay?
No.
Sticking his dog's tongue down his throat.
I am not French kissing my puppy. He's kissing me.
That's what they're saying about.
What was the other thing? Oh, I like yogurt. Yogurt, I love. So, like you're talking about consistency. Love yogurt. I can do milk with cereal. I could do milk in a milkshake. But if you gave me
cheese?
What's that?
Cottage cheese?
Oh no.
No.
Most people don't like cottage cheese.
Cottage, brie, yellow American, Gouda, all those stinky ass, weird looking cheeses.
American is stinky?
Oh, it's awful.
What?
It's
Yellow
awful.
American?
It's like so processed.
It's the most mild of any.
Okay, new question. When you have cereal, right, and you're done with the cereal, do you drink the milk after?
No. My wife yells at me because, and to be clear, I use unsweetened vanilla almond milk, and my wife yells at me because I only put a little bit in. I don't fill the bowl with milk. I don't know how people do that. I put maybe a quarter cup of milk. Like I barely put any milk, so I have my cereal very, very dry. And my wife's like, "What is wrong with you?"
Do you start like choking, like as the dry cereal going down your throat?
I love it. I love it. Or it's like, or bread. This is the new thing. She hates that I eat bread without butter. Like I can't do butter either. Butter.
You just eat so like weird. Slabs of bread.
I eat dry slabs of bread. Yes.
When I was on the Atkins diet, I used to go to Outback and just eat butter. Like they would bring the
Oh
bread
my
and butter
god!
to the table.
Oh my god! Oh
And
my
I would just eat the butter. Like my friends were all buttering their bread. I'm like, oh, I'm on Atkins. I can't have that. But the butter.
god! How Atkins works.
But
I
and you
hate
can't.
everyone, man. I hate all you people that diet. You're all
All
idiots.
right, Mas, Todd. What do you put in your coffee? Do you put milk in your coffee?
Black. I've had
No sugar, no nothing.
No sugar, no nothing. No flavored coffee. I like having coffee 100% the way you're supposed to have coffee. That's black.
Who
No
said
flavor.
that's how you're supposed to have coffee? Who said that?
Yeah, that's a cultural thing, really. because
There's a
people
guy.
are
There's a
British.
guy. Hey, don't forget.
Oh my god!
I'm
There's
Colombian.
One guy.
I'm Colombian.
Yeah.
What'd she say?
I said it's a gender thing.
I said culture
Oh,
thing.
What'd you say?
Oh, I think someone said
culture.
culture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. My mom drinks black coffee. I got it from my mom. My mom drank black coffee. I was like, "You're crazy," and then I got hooked. I love black coffee.
I
And
can't.
I like dark roast, and I always hit the button that says strong. Oh yeah, I want high octane fuel going down my throat at freaking 9 a.m. in the morning every morning. I cannot live without coffee. In fact,
here's-
I'm a little moody right now because I haven't had my cup of coffee yet.
So you were gonna say you're Colombian, and that's why you know coffee. So
That makes me an
my
authority.
rebuttal to that is I've had a K-cup machine for many of years, and I've never managed to get coffee to explode out of my K-cup machine. You've done that twice so far in the
On
morning.
camera.
On
Twice
camera.
on camera.
All right. If you're referencing the one time that it happened to Andrea, that's incorrect.
you
That wasn't
did it.
me.
Okay, so
When did I
one
do
time
it?
your wife, one time you. So as a couple, neither of you know how to use the K-cup machine successfully.
And to be fair, if I'm going to be such a coffee connoisseur, I would do coffee the right way and do the French press, which
But
is
you don't. You do
I
K-cup.
don't. I know. I do simple ass K cups because it's quick and easy.
Quick
I
and
ain't-
easy. Every time you do
I
it,
ain't-
you're cleaning up. You're screaming and you're running off camera because
Yeah,
there's an
Todd, I don't think
explosion in your house.
you realized the other day you were on our live and you just muted yourself and stopped the cam, but you were still in the background. I don't think you muted yourself. You just stopped the cam, and we heard massive commotion with that coffee machine. Like you
Yeah.
weren't on camera, but we heard every damn thing that was going on for sure.
So I'm throwing my wife under the bus. God bless her. But she had a rough morning and she started the coffee maker without putting a cup underneath. So there was just
On that.
coffee.
It's just coming.
It's just going. It's like, it was no good. And then she had a session. Because she's a speech therapist, she had to go upstairs to do a session. She's like, I can't do it. I was like, babe, I got it. Just go upstairs. And that's why I was like, coffee. And then I got the dog. The dog wants to sniff it. Like, oh, what's this? Let me lick that. By the way, dogs lick and eat everything. Other thing, I'm on rants today. Other
Did
thing,
you just figure that out? You just figured out dogs
No.
lick and eat anything?
they lick and eat absolutely everything. But also, dog toys are a scam. It's a
Todd, I'm not
scam.
getting into this. You
What?
have a freaking beagle. Of course, your dog is gonna rip everything apart.
I could give him a steel rod, and he'll chew through that and eat through it. It's insane.
That's not healthy for his teeth.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Laura. 411. I appreciate the heads up. I'll be sure not to. give
Why
him
do you give him steel rods?
I
What are
know
you
that
doing?
it's nearly
He's
upon me, so I'm-
saying he could if his dog would abuse it as well. But
Oh,
Yeah, like I could give him a tire. I could give him a tire from my
Alright,
car,
okay.
and he'll chew right through it.
I
He-
thought
Hi, have
were
you been
just
working
handing
out?
your dog steel rods?
Yeah. Tog, have you been working out because you appear to keep flexing into the camera? I'm just trying to figure out is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
purposely or we?
Yeah, that's purpose. Yeah, the gun show, ladies. Just in case you were wondering. Yeah, no, I haven't worked out an ounce. The only working out I do is playing tug of war with this puppy, who's an absolute maniac. So, anywho, hey, so I hate to take away from a guest. How's things going on your end in the JCC?
Oh my, pretty intense. We definitely have. No, it is because my work is all emergency work. So it's making sure everyone has food, delivering,
Yeah.
food pantry. Yeah, a lot of
So you-
remote programming.
How is your food pantry? Are you well stocked with food? Are you guys in need of food?
It honestly, it's been on like a rotation where we have, like a bank will call us and say we have funding for the week, and then we'll get food for that week. And so we're always looking because, you never know where the next food's coming from.
Okay, so I'll have a discussion with my Kiwanis group because we've been doing a lot of drive-by food pantry refills throughout Staten Island. So I'll see if we could get one set up for a JCC to do that as well.
That's awesome.
There you go. Great.
Yeah.
Dig that. Awesome.
They just did one yesterday. I unfortunately do not go because I don't leave my house. But I donate to it. I'm like, here. They're like, oh, everyone come out. We're socially distant. I'm like, I ain't coming out to you. I'm staying in my home. But Todd, did you hear what happened yesterday?
Where?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What I tell everyone is that what I was going to say that what I tell everyone is that the best thing to do. A lot of people want to donate food right now. The best thing to do is to donate money for the food because you really don't want a lot of people handling food. You know what I mean? All the boxes need to be wiped down. So it's much better when it comes from like the manufacturer.
Okay. And that is a great movie.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, a drive-by fruiting. Does everybody know what movie that's from?
It's Doubtfire.
Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh.
Yeah. What scene is that from?
It was at the pool.
And like she throws
Like,
the
oh,
thing
yes.
at Brosnan's head, and she's like, "It was the man there. It was a drive-by fruiting."
Did you upset someone? Did you see someone in the parking lot? And then I love when he rips the hood ornament off the car, and he's like, "Oh, I found this in the parking lot. Is this someone's ornament?" That was a great movie. Or
That
Robin.
was a good one. I have seen that one. Yeah.
That one you've
I
seen?
just didn't remember the exact quote, but yes, I did watch that movie a lot as a kid.
Everyone's
So-
seen that movie. If you haven't seen
Yeah.
that movie, you don't belong on Earth.
Wow.
So Todd, I don't know if anyone knows this, but yesterday my in-laws were out in my house.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Whoa.
Yeah, that was it. The first time in 3 months that my daughter loved it. I think they're coming back today, and I think Saturday we're going there. And I think I'm drafting an email to my staff today telling them that starting next week, if they want, they can go back into the office.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It doesn't mean I'll be at the office, but they're more than welcome to go to the office.
Yeah.
But my dad's coming in from Florida next week, so this is the bedroom he sleeps in. So I guess I have to now clear out of here. That means so it means I probably will be back in the office.
Oh,
Let's see
boy.
what we got here. No sound. Good job.
There's no sound?
Oh, there you go. Raising. I got it. It's so low.
Did you not? So good. That's such like a classically funny movie, like just still is great. Like 30 years later, still so funny.
So look, there's my mother-in-law watching. Yay! Yeah, they had a good time. My daughter was ecstatic. Then she was trying to get them to sleep over because they're like, "Oh, we have to leave." She's like, "No,
Aw.
Gigi, you
We
sleep
don't have
with
to
me.
go.
Pa, you could sleep with mommy and daddy." In their bed. I think I draw the line when my father-in-law is in the bedroom. I was like,
Down the water, girl.
okay. But no, my daughter had a great time, and it was fine. And then I tried to give them space, so because they haven't seen her in 3 months, so like they were all playing. So I went in the backyard. That's when I was talking to you, Todd, right? When I was on the phone with you and Mike.
Oh.
So I'm trying to give them space, and then I come in, and Nicole's like, "Oh, do you think it was a little rude? You weren't in the whole time. You left them long." I was trying to let them play. I was trying to be the opposite of rude. Like she's like, "I think it was a little rude." I'm like, "Oh," I was like. That's marriage. No matter what choice you make, probably not.
It's a lose-lose situation 98% of the time.
I was
Man,
like,
I can't wait to get married one day.
so Hope.
Really selling it over here.
Yeah, Hope. No, I love marriage. Hope. I apologize. I was not trying to be rude. I was trying to give you and Tom all the space in the world to play with Adriana without me being up your ass. And that's why I went outside to sit. And Todd ended up calling me, and we had a nice conversation for like probably an hour as I paced in my backyard back and forth.
Yeah. I didn't realize you were a pacer on the phone. Is anyone else on this live stream here a pacer when they're on the phone?
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
How do you people do it? Just plant your feet in the effing ground or just sit down?
Well, my body gets bored. You gotta do something. Like,
Yeah, it depends on the conversation though. If it's like an important like business call and I'm anxious, I need to get my nerves out by walking. Like,
so yeah, I was very anxious. Todd and Mike are very anxious people. So usually what I do is not only do I pace, I pick at trees. So like I'll be on the phone and I start picking leaves and stuff, and then I get sap on my hands, and then but this is I have to touch stuff. So this is a problem like I have to do in my backyard, because what I found is in the beginning of quarantine, I was pacing out front, and then I would touch the mailbox and then realize, oh my God, I just touched the mailbox, the post office, and now I got to run inside and disinfect, you know.
Oh my God, I can't.
But you have to run?
We've seen those videos.
Yeah, we've seen him jump and hop out of the way. Okay,
and
so
roll and tumble and all.
I'd like to share my experience of being at work for the first time this week.
As long as it's under a minute.
Oh, okay. So I was at MLB Network on Tuesday and Wednesday, and Tuesday was just like, it was like culture shock. It was crazy. It was the first time being out in public, being inside with a large amount of people and trying to work. So we had to, there was sanitizer everywhere. We had to wear gloves, had to wear masks. All the doors have the new foot thing to open the doors that gets drilled into the doors. So,
they have that way you don't have to touch that thing that we keep seeing on Facebook, like as an advertisement.
Yeah, so they have them at every door now. It has an arrow says please use foot pedal or whatever it's called. So it's touchless opening and closing of the doors. There's signs everywhere. There's social distancing signs like every 4 feet. The hell with every 6. Like it's just really, you can see how a company like that, with regards to like liability and stuff, they are like.
Well, the reason being is there's been lawsuits that have now begun because towards employers saying that they didn't take care of their employees and they helped get someone sick.
Correct. And that's why like we had upper management like walking in the hallways. Like if you were walking in the hallway like this and they were coming at you, you're like they're like hopped up against they did a Mike Bloomfield. It was like Mike Bloomfield was with me at work and just like avoiding me like every second he could. And it was just like there.
Mike, welcome to the conversation we were having earlier. Remember we were talking about how you were wondering about the 3-year-olds and you know whether or not to be right. So it's going to look very different.
Yep.
Having photos all over. Everyone's concerned about liability. Everyone's concerned about safety. You know.
Yeah, right. It's going to look very different until this is really completely gone, which is a vaccine. And the more I read,
not going to be ready for.
I just read an article today that one of the vaccine companies said they're going to have 10 billion doses available by the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Right. 10 billion or 2 billion, but still that covers everyone in the United States, right?
Right.
That's also depending on if it works.
Well,
this is a very my mom works in clinical studies, and it's like she knows and she's familiar with the time that it takes to really produce a vaccine, and she's like, this is not enough time. Like the end of the year is not enough time to test safely and see if it works and like factor out different things that might be influencing results.
Right. That's the problem. It's definitely, they say vaccines typically are 3 to 4 years, and we're doing this in like 8 months.
Yeah.
You know, but I guess we're all hoping though, right? Because that'll give us back that true form of normalcy. Hoping for 2020 has been such shit. Can we get that one miracle, right? Can we get the one thing? The one thing. Give us the vaccine. We'll deal with the murder hornets ourselves and the asteroid that might.
Murder hornets. There was one that they found and it was found dead. There's no murder hornets.
Virginia's got cicadas coming, right?
Yeah.
We just had ours right a few years ago, so we're good for another couple.
No, I remember hearing about that in 2013. So that was 7 years ago, and apparently
Yeah, I think we're due.
Every 17.
Oh, 17. I thought it was 7.
No,
Yeah,
every
17. 17.
What a weird number.
10
Like,
years.
they're so weird, those damn bugs. When you think about it, like 17 years is such a weird, like arbitrary number for them to choose.
I don't think they chose it. I think
They sat down and they're like, all right, who wants 10 and who
they had a
wants
board
15?
meeting and they voted. They're like,
Yeah.
For 17, I
Fucking plan.
well, we are going on an hour. This is the longest one we've had in a while. But I think it's probably a good time to end it. You know, any last words, JCC, anything people should, programs, donations, anything that people should know to do?
Sure. So if you go to sijcc.org, you can see more about our recovery efforts and how we're, helping individuals and families impacted by COVID. And there's also a link there to donate if you can. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. So we ask everyone, if you can, go. The food pantries, they're doing a lot of great things. So please, if you can make a donation, sijcc.org. And we will also work to try to get that Cheese Whiz challenge to life. $1,000 raised for the JCC.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah, so we're gonna.
I have confidence.
You'll be fine.
No, I'll be throwing up for weeks. That'll be the grossest feeling.
Worth it. Worth it.
Worth it. Help
for a good cause.
Can I just donate $1,000 that I don't have in an IOU form?
No, that doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
Yeah,
right.
You've been doing IOUs all over town. They don't work anymore. Wait, and will you eat a Philly cheesesteak?
Oh,
I love chicken cheesesteak.
all that cheese on it. I mean, why are you destroying the integrity of the steak for it? Just give me the steak and the sandwich.
Cheesesteak, idiot.
No, you're destroying the integrity. Could you fix your green screen, Christina?
No, I can't because it's not big enough. It simply isn't big enough unless I hold the laptop close to me.
There you go. Oh,
This is not going to work for more than a minute, so.
I'm going to invite you over, Todd, after this is all done. I want to make you hamburgers, and I'm just not going to tell you that there's cheddar cheese shoved inside the middle.
I will smell it from a mile away.
He says he'll smell it. All right, now we're going to test.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, this is bullshit.
All right, so thank you again for joining us. It was great. JCC, sijcc.org. Thank you for everyone. And remember, starting next week, Breakfast with Bloomy will be just one day a week. And we will. Oh, yeah. Well, why should we do it every other day? This is the first time you showed up in a week. Moss we don't have no idea where Moss
I showed up once this week.
for 10 minutes. He asked us to move the show and disappeared. So we're going to one day a week. Monday, find us at 9 a.m. this Monday, and then we'll decide what time. But it'll probably stay 9 a.m.
Nice.
Thank you. And we'll have a great weekend.
Thank you.